Hi. We're gonna start a minute early because I got an important message. And that's fine. Also, I just made the music jump.
Plumberry
so
just resubscribed for 22
it's
months.
fine.
Liz waves.
Everything's fine. Hi, Plum. So last things first, things last. Buttons. Hello, friend. Okay, so insight check? Okay, roll it. I bet you can beat that, Cobra. Go for it. So, buttons. 7 days ago, I see that you were the last, which is very impressive, unlike that roll. Petulant Cobra is officially about to fall for anything I say for the rest of this stream. You got it. It is rigged. Listen, I was actually thinking that, Cobra. You're distracting me, and that's fine. I was thinking that, Cobra, specifically because the last time you had to roll, I remember how often we had to throw the die out. Angel!
Angry Angel _03 raided my stream with 9 views.
Angry Angel, indeed.
Settle down, Beavis
Angel,
just
I'm
resubscribed for
shocked.
38 months. Currently
Whoa,
on
and
mobile.
Beavis is
so
here
small.
too? I know, I'm so surprised. Do you know what else is utterly shocking? Angry Angel Raid! There is a shout out for Angel. In case you somehow have not met this delightful human being yet, Angel's a pretty cool streamer. And often is angry, I would assume. I feel like I always get you at your smiley, but you know, also at your shouty, and I shout back, and it's great. So if y'all ain't following Angel, feel free to hop right over there and give her a follow. Angel's here. I am so surprised, so shocked, shooketh, as the youths say. Welcome in, everybody. Angel, thank you so much for the raid. I got your message. Welcome, lovely raiders. I am Lady QEW. I love you too, Angel. I also love Nintendo. Not as much as I love people, but I do enjoy me a good Nintendo game. So I tend to do a lot of Nintendo content here on this channel. I hope that you enjoy your time hanging out here with the rest of the Q-munity. Sorry, I'm reading chat and it's very distracting. Currently, I'm on a Zelda-thon, and by that I mean I've been playing Zelda since January of 2023. I am trying to play through my whole collection, I'm trying to 100% it, and I'm doing it consecutively. So right now, we're playing Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages simultaneously, because I don't know how to play either one. Never played them, but I do have an NSO subscription, which means I have access to them for the first time in my life, and I'm learning, I'm trying. But there is a redemption for those of you who have just too many channel points, otherwise known as meaningless calories here. Get your pulled pork, Sammy, that sounds delicious. If you happen to have the meaningless calories for it, you can do what the oncoming storm has just done and redeem Switch to make me change from one game to the other. So I'm officially lost in both games and it's great. Everything's fabulous. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. You were gonna switch? I think the oncoming storm popped in while I was talking about it. So, last things first again, because I'm glad I said it that way. Usually I do first things first and then I feel bad for interrupting myself. So 7 days ago, Buttons, I see that you were the last viewer to redeem last from the last stream, but I also see that you redeemed last right before I started streaming. So you're hilarious and you get double the awards today. Hello, Sunaruto. And also pat yourself on the back, Buttons, because you are first. So you just, you know, you just get all of the stats. All of the stats currently belong to Buttons, and apparently we're hype training, which is amazing. So many things have happened, and it is wonderful to see y'all. So I'm gonna go through some quick hello, hey, how are yas? Hi SMK, hello Plum. Thank you, Plum, for redeeming word of the stream for Moosh Cream Sunday. We will get to that. Please do not let me forget all the stats. Hello, Petulant Cobra. I think I said hello to Buttons, but I'm gonna say it again and everything's fine. And hello to, I'm shocked, Angel. I am so surprised to see Angel here, and to see everyone else. Hello, Beavis. Lovely to see you. We're all so small. It is always weird to look at things on mobile and just be like, yeah, I can see nothing. But thank you, Beavis, for the resub. 38 months is a whole heckin' long time. And I don't know, I'm just really happy to have some wonderful people who are willing to come hang out and watch me obsess over games and distress myself with how difficult they are. Akina, I did see your name, and hello, and I'm sorry for not saying something sooner. I really enjoy the giggles and things like that you posted. You amuse me greatly. Welcome, Golden Goddess 64. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to see you. Angel is here. I'm shocked. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, we're catching up. And hello to the oncoming storm. You did redeem Switch, and so that's fully valid. Brand new Zelda game, Eve. That is true. And hello, Pseudo-Rudo, and I think those are all of the people, at least that I saw in chat for now. So we are going to get some Moosh Cream Sundae up on this board before I switch the game, because I need to remember that the oncoming storm redeemed Switch, and then we're going to jump over to the other game and get started, because heaven knows I don't even know what game I'm playing right now. All the stats, none for the rest of y'all. A more important mission. Oh no, your computer has decided your primary monitor no longer exists? That sounds distressing. I occasionally have a problem where I boot up my laptop at work and it has decided that its keyboard does not exist, despite it being like the same physical piece of like hardware because it's a laptop. And that's really a lot more complicated than I want to deal with. Thus far, rebooting my computer has worked every time. Hello, what up, Willis? You are here for the tea. Are you not? Are you not? Everything is fine today. We have dumpster fires going on. So my tea today, Willis, thank you for redeeming Spill the Tea, is I have a green mint tea by the brand Tetley. It's pretty basic. Like, it feels like a very basic tea to me, but I don't understand why, because I never drank it before about 2 years ago. Kay Menzel and I discovered it. It is really tasty because green tea is very light already, and they put just like a hint of, it feels like spearmint into it, and so it like tastes like a little slightly different mint than a typical peppermint tea, and it just suits it so well. They did a spectacular job with the blend on this tea. Wait, is it Moosh Cream Sundae? Or is it Mooshed Cream Sundae? It's definitely Moosh, right? Moosh Cream Sundae. There we go. I'm fine. I remember things. Moosh Cream Sundae. And is it with the AE? Did you spell it correctly? You did! I'm so proud of you, Plum. I'm so proud of you. Hello, everyone, because there are so many of you. Okay, well, I tried. My art is mid. That's not what we're here for anyway. We're clearly here to listen to me talk about books. But in the meantime, hello at everyone indeed. Here you go. Here's your Moosh Cream Sundae, and I put an ice cream cone in the corner. Not because it's a sundae, but because I wanted to draw some ice cream. So there you go. Bonus ice cream cone for our Moosh Cream Sundae. Thank you again, Plum, for redeeming word of the stream. So, folks, lovely folks, adorable folks, we're gonna switch games, and Pseudo-Rudo has redeemed seasonal candy. So, let's just get our switch on, which it already is. Oh, good, we're switching back to Oracle of Ages. That's actually very important, because I think I'm more behind in this game than in the other one. And then we are going to quickly grab out our seasonal candy. Hello, Quill, how you doing? The current king of the words. That's true, and next week we'll see who it is. So, you may be confused by what is in this bag because it just looks like blobs of orange. Well, allow me to explain. Up here in Canada, if you are not a Canadian, up here in Canada, we have a holiday federally on September the 30th. So our whole country is aware of this holiday. Whatever they do for celebration is still kind of mixed. But on September 30th, we have a National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, which has to do with honoring our treaties with Indigenous peoples and recognizing that we have not always done so very effectively. And so one of the ways that we can celebrate such a day is by wearing orange. And accordingly, for the month of September, that is going to be my holiday season, and my seasonal candy will be orange. Thank you for that redemption, Pseudorudo. And Beavis, thanks for redeeming that seasonal candy. And Willis, thank you for celebrating Zelda Eve. Because Zelda Eve is a very important day. Oh my gosh, Beavis, I'm so proud of you. And I love that the combination was like more witchcraft than technological science. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't know what I did, but I did something, and now it doesn't hate me. At 3:09 p.m. on September 30th, all Canadians open their windows and shout to the outside, "I'm sorry!" I wish you'd picked a different time, because at work the windows don't open, and so I'm not going to be able to do that buttons. But I'll do it in my heart. So, I did a thing, chat, because I thought it would be funny. For the non-seasonal candy, you cast random bullcrap, and it worked. I thought it would be funny for the non-seasonal candy. Yes, that counts, Quill. I'll take it. And because I'm obviously the person who officially decides whether or not something is orange enough for celebration. I thought it would be funny for the non-seasonal candy to be like, okay, I'll have a break and grab a Kit Kat Pop, because I saw these for the first time the other day and I thought they were a really neat idea, because it's like the Kit Kat but in like just a, and then they were in my glove compartment for like an hour and they fused together. And now they're just like a giant hunk of chocolate that's like supposed to be separable. Okay, I can break them. We got one! Thanks for the non-seasonal candy redemption. They did a little bit. Like, it's just so... like, it's so firmly not okay with separating. I put them in the fridge for like a weekend. It didn't help enough. Still, they're pretty good. Fused chocolate is the best chocolate. They're definitely going to be really... It's just a normal Kit Kat. But it breaks less easily. So I think they're going to be really interesting to eat regardless. Having to like take a bite out of that seems somewhat intimidating, but it is extremely funny. Oh. Buttons, I appreciate that. You're right. It had to be 3:09 p.m. I would have accepted 9:30. I will still be at work. But like, good thinking. That was way more clever than I gave you credit for. There's only one way to eat a regular Kit Kat: sideways. I think Plum wants to fight. What were we doing? Okay, so we're trying to get to the next dungeon. Right. I was stuck in this game because the thing that I have to work with is the song. Chaos! I would like to leave, please. Thank you. No! I would also like you to stop hurting me. Okay, well, at least that was about the same. So the thing is... Okay, so the thing is... What we did... Please enjoy your lurk, Willis! I'm glad that you are helpfully going to help make supper. Smash, crash, storm away. Okay. So this is precisely what I remember from before, which is that you show up on the wrong side of this, and so then like it takes you back, but the owl, so the owl talked about something about being in the wrong place. Hold on, let's talk to the owl again. And then I like wandered around a whole bunch, and that's when I found the guy who taught me the other song. And the reason that I went through all of that was to remind myself what on earth was going on. If that hits me, that's going to be so unfair. I'm locked in place right now. Okay, so he just tells me that stuff is different because different. And chat, you know what? I think I might have needed a week off because I swear I've tried this on every single screen and I just realized that I'm a bit of a dope and I missed the most obvious thing that I was supposed to do. Do you want to know the obvious thing that I was supposed to do, chat? Because I do feel a little bit dopey right now. Didn't see it last week. This week it feels like it smacked me in the face. Fresh eyes and all that. I don't even have to leave the screen. Because there's stairs right here. I mean, it's gonna screw me over because I put myself right on the stairs. So I'll move a bit to the side and do that again. And I did not ever just spawn south of those rocks on purpose. For whatever reason, my brain was like, no, if I move screens here, it's because of the like normal little spots where I normally do this. I am fairly certain that I have never been to this area before. So that's hilarious. And if this causes me to actually make progress in my game, I am going to laugh so hard. Because I was really confused last week. Whoop! Please don't kill me. Okay, so I can't get up there because I don't have Ricky. Or anything else. That's fine. Okay, that is a giant waterfall. Hello, Jess! Jess? Jessica? Nice to see you. How are you doing this wonderful Wednesday evening? Okay. Oh boy. I want that heart. Dang it. I wasn't able to reposition quickly enough for that. This is fine. You is Zelda fan? That's wonderful. Did you hear it is Zelda Eve? Because tomorrow there is a launch of a Zelda. Oh, Jess Chic. Okay. I see that. I see that. That's delightful. Those are Armos. My boozle's bammed. All the shenanigans. Yep, Plum. Yeah. Well, you know what? It definitely seems at least like a game that's not gonna get old. Like, it feels like it's gonna be interesting to play, even if I've seen someone else play some of it. Okay, so this is suspicious. But I can't do anything about it right now. Ah! Love it. No! Stop taking my health. I need it. Thank you for giving some of it back. It's Nintendo, who am I kidding? Yep, valid. God. I tried a candy earlier that tasted like cod. I never did like artificial flavoring. Thanks for that, Plum. Yeah, this whole area has been new. I like that it puts on the map where I was when I transitioned from like past to future or whatever, because that definitely helps me keep track of what I've done. All of this is new, chat. All of this is new, and I could have added any time if I just went, oh, there's some stairs underneath that wall of rock. I'm guessing they probably want me to go there. Oh, hey, they give me a song that lets me, like, switch times. Like, I just have the... Oh, plum. Huh. We have some vines. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, well, this doesn't quite seem right yet, because all confoozled? Because I can't do anything here yet, right? Like, this is definitely where the next dungeon is, only I can't do it. And so what is this? Bracelet. Oh, I already have the bracelet. Okay. A normal one. Interesting. Also interesting that because of the vine placement, I still can't go to all of these squares, and I still can't get to this square. Am I supposed to throw myself off dramatically somewhere? Map movement, man. Oh! Giant cave. Also it's gone. Interesting. Cave... Okay, there's a lot to explore here, and I don't know what the intentions are of this game. Alright. What are you? Yeah, what? I don't know if I wanted to do that right now or not. I can probably change it back. Ah, I will have to change it back. Okay, that's fascinating. So, I'm gonna be honest. It took me a while to get to the point of pushing that, because that in no way looks like a rock to me. I looked at it, was like, press A to talk? Somewhat looks like it's the back of a person wearing a cape or a magician missing his head. Seems weird. Don't know what is. Still don't know what is. Even if I'm like, okay, so it's something I can push that is clearly blocking the river and changing its flow. What is it, though? Still, what is it? And I do not know. Oh, and it's not changing anything whatsoever up here. It's changing where I can go down here. And which half of that has a bunch of... Ooh. Okay, this will probably be important later, because I need the vines to be here when I go back so that I can visit the other side. Do I want to do that now, or do I want to, like, explore here now? There's so many things! Ah! I'm gonna keep losing health! Okay. I might reset that, but I'm gonna first see if the ground will give me health. Would really like some health, Mr. Ground. Thank you. Would like more health? Maybe we can get more health from the ground. Oh, kind. This ground is so nice. Okay, so this way doesn't really go anywhere, which is fine. You're gonna do Link's Awakening. I genuinely enjoyed Link's Awakening. I gotta be honest. So that's some good Zelda-ing choice. I assume that you were gonna join me in the Zelda-ing on the thing that you posted in K Menzel's Discord, like the real one. I have played the new one. I also played the DX on the NSO. I don't want to say the original. But Link's Awakening, the remake for the Switch, is actually the first game that I purchased for the Switch. when the Switch came out. It was like the game that I bought. Like, it wasn't a launch title, and I know that. And so, like, I'm trying to communicate something that I fully made up. But at the time that I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to get a Switch, the first, like, the game that I wanted at the time, the game that I thought was going to be the most important was the Link's Awakening remake. Because at the time, I had never played it before. And I thought, well, that's fun. I get a new console and a new to me game in a new format, and I really enjoyed it. I used to play it on the GO train because at the time, my commute to work was 2 hours each way. So that gave me lots of time. It was not fun. OG hardware, I know it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, so I think I understand at least a little bit what on earth is going on. Very interesting that I can't easily get up there in, like, this timeline. Okay. I also... Wait. So, because the plants have not grown, I cannot make use of either of these in either direction. And so is this a change that needs to affect the other timeline? This is extremely confusing and very easy to do incorrectly, I think. So we might have to do this a few times before I understand what's going on. Because I think what I'm gonna do now is try to throw myself back to the other time. I think I can, right? Ooh, can't. And so now I've moved the water and the vine to the other side, which allows me to make progress in this part, but it does not allow me to, like, get all of the map stuff in the last part. I'm wondering if this ground will be nice enough to give me health. Oh yeah! Thank you, Mr. Ground. I will take that. I don't dig for health often enough in this game. Okay. Oh, if I'd left the vine over there, I would be able to get to whatever was between those Armoses. Okay, we're gonna explore this side and then we're probably gonna change some things back. But I understand better at least an element. Of what I was supposed to do. Oh good, shovel is still available to me. We're gonna see if we can find... Oh, a fairy! That's very exciting. Okay. Up one more. Oh! Wow! That was a lot of those. That was many, many, many of those. Tektites, I think? Okay. Oh! Oh! Well, that's how I continue making progress on the other plane. I can't tell if I'm missing something. Do I want to back up and check the statues? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Because that actually is an important place to get to. It lets me access more of the map in the other time. This is fascinating. I am fascinated. Ooh, hold on. There's a down? Did I go down? I did not. We've connected some dots. That's probably an easy way to get back and forth using the weirdo harp. Okay. Dang. Those guys really got my number. The angle. Woo! Okay, so this will let me see. Oh, wow. Well, okay. I definitely want to go there. Ah! Why are you back? Why did that count? I don't understand the enemy respawn. Okay, so I definitely want to go there, which means at some point I'm going to need to pop back, move the vines back to the other side, pop back, go up and take a look at what the heck's going on there. And I think maybe I want to do that before I continue exploring the other segments. Because this feels more like a step one rather than like a step last. It will not take long because I don't have to move the water. I just need to move... Oh my goodness. Please only go in the direction that I'm pushing and don't just run around in a circle. Thank you. There's no reason for me to go back and do it here again other than my own amusement. But my own amusement is the reason that I'm doing this. So, here we be. I always feel much better about Zelda games when I am no longer stuck. I spent a long time being mentally stuck. Okay, what does this say? Do not throw anything into the water. Okay, so what am I supposed to throw into the water? Because I'm definitely supposed to throw something into the water, right? Which means throw everything into the water. I could just one item at a time, like save state and throw it in and see what I get. Okay. So, how do I throw something into the water? I'm not throwing Lucius food into the water. Whoa! Okay, so the bomb I can literally throw. Good point. Oh, the shielded boomerang got upgrades. I mean, probably. The thing is, Plum, I have never done a Link to the Past without a walkthrough because I'm not always very good at predicting the Zelda Moon logic, and especially on some of the games that I find tricky, I don't want to also have to argue with myself not understanding what the game wants from me. So I probably had looked up a walkthrough for the 100% of Link to the Past, which means I probably knew what I was supposed to throw in, but I can almost guarantee that if you throw the wrong thing in, you get like sass back rather than just losing an item. Like Nintendo tends to be pretty good at locking you out of the ability to soft lock yourself. So as it turns out, the bomb definitely works because the bomb is an item you throw. You don't throw the other items on these buttons. And so now the only other thing that I can think is maybe a seed would give me something. Did you drop a golden bomb, a silver bomb, or a regular bomb? Really? A golden bomb? Really and truly? A golden bomb? I don't like that she asked me 3 times. Wow! Greed begets sorrow! I deserve that! Okay, so it knows if I'm lying. You are an honest person. This time. I'll increase the number of bombs you can carry to reward you. Yeah! 30? Oh, my Lanta. That is a lot of bombs.
And I filled your bag. Farewell.
Okay, so definitely don't throw anything in there. Cool. That's the result that I wanted, 100%. Can I throw a seed? She does not respond to throwing in seeds.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this thing you just threw away.
Yes, Poison Darth Frog. Absolutely. Also, welcome in. Lovely to see you. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so now I need to go back, move the vine again, and move onwards. Onwards and upwards, literally, for once. I don't know why certain things that I have to trial and error in Zelda games feel frustrating and other things feel clever. This felt clever to me. Like the cave that can switch the direction of the water and the vine that can change sides felt clever to me. And there's no particular reason for that. It just do. Sometimes I just gotta accept my brain has opinions. Happy Wednesday. Oh, right. I have to fight these things again. That's great. Definitely a thing that I wanted to do. That was much more successful. Then there's going to be a whack ton of Tektites on the next screen. That's what I remember. Just every Tektite. And we're just going to go because they'll just come back anyway. Since what we are going to do next is we are going to summon the time vortex. I'm assuming that this is the correct thing to do because it is getting me more map in this corner. Weird that I haven't been to that square, and I have tried getting to that square and I have not succeeded a couple of times. And so that's annoying. I believe I'll get there one day. And on this map, I'm still missing a bunch of things, including these guys. I don't know. But this is a new area. Right, because there was a dead end. From here I went this way and it was a dead end, and I couldn't go that way. And now that I'm up here, I might be able to... I'm a little bit nervous. All right, let's do this! You've got yourself your pork sandwich, which is very important. Self-care is a very good thing. And after-stream care is important. Heck yes. Okay. Whoa! I love the consistency. Yep. Yeep. Not a 1. Hurricane days off tomorrow and Friday. Okay, well, stay safe. Relax yourself. I spawned a spider by accident, and I don't love that, but I also found a heart, and I do love that, literally. I'm glad that you have the opportunity to relax, Angel. No. Got him. Okay. Not bad. Thank you, Angry Angel, for redeeming. Switch. I shall save. And then we shall go back to Oracle of Seasons. Which is a boss fight. There's a chest I didn't get in this dungeon, and I'm at the boss fight? What is wrong with me? I'm so torn, chat, because I do not remember how to navigate this dungeon, which means I don't know how to get back to where that chest is, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go in again afterwards and try to find it. If this boss is not a dancing dragon, we are gonna have some disappointment. That is accurate. Okay. I'm fairly nervous. So, okay, I have a boomerang. That's nice. The thing that I earned in this dungeon was the slingshot, which is kind of like the seed shooter from the last game. Lets me throw seeds. And so that's the hint that we have. I'm gonna... oh my goodness. You are a giant crab. Oh, no! Bad! Gotcha. Okay. Whoop! I am not loving this. Okay. So he can catch me on a diagonal. He's got eyes. Interesting. Oh dear. How do I fight him? Best Switch command ever. This game sucks. 0 out of 10. No dancing dragon. I hate this game forever. Yes. You can milk moosh. Dancing dragon dungeon equals giant crab? In what universe? Okay, so the thing is, this isn't an unfamiliar enemy to me. There's always like a big-eyed boss that you have to hit in the eye. I think... How many Zelda games have I played, and how many of them has Gohma been in? Because this reminds me a lot of Gohma's introduction from Ocarina of Time. And I know Gohma's a boss in Wind Waker, and I know that Gohma was a boss in, like, previous games, so I think if this isn't Gohma, this is a Gohma-like boss. But usually Gohma's way earlier and way easier. And so I don't understand his attack pattern, and I don't understand how to hurt him. Because he was blocking... You wanted to fight Zuko. Oh, man, that would be good. Have there been any good Atla video games? Like, actual good ones? Okay, so the thing is, when I tried shooting him in the eye with my only ranged weapon, I guess I also have this ranged weapon, he blocked it with his claw, which makes me think I need to destroy his claw. And I don't know how to do that. I haven't successfully hit him yet. Oh! Why is he acting like that's hurting him? Whoop. Whoop. Oh! Okay, so this has gone terribly, chat, because I have lost a lot of health, but I destroyed his claw. It was making the clicking noise, but it was showing damage on the claw. from the side. Oh boy, goodness me. Okay, so these things are in fact giving me, will steal my health if I am not careful, but they're giving me seeds, which is kind of fun. They're just, Okay, so great that they're giving me seeds. Come on. Open your eye. Open your eye, you sucker! Okay. Sorry, that was probably needlessly rude, sir. Oh! The best time to hit him is when he's spitting them. Gotcha. Well, that's gonna be problematic. Ah! I do not love your chosen placements, sir. I get it! I'm just trying to hit him in the bloody eye! Even once. Even once on purpose. Before I, like, reset this fight and try to learn how to do it better. Ah! His placement on this stuff is, like, awful. So I didn't learn what I wanted to learn, but I learned a lot. You've disarmed him. That's handy. You fought the claw and the claw lost. Ah, that's annoying. Okay, so I think that I successfully damaged him once while he was standing still with his eyes open, spitting out those little guys. I think, but I'm not 100% sure, or at least 2 claws off. But I'm not 100% sure that it did damage him because he wasn't fully on screen, and I'm not sure if I'm making it up that it damaged him or not. This boss is a bit shellfish. He's being unhelpful. He normally comes through in a pinch, leaves one feeling crabby. Y'all are amazing. Okay, okay. But that time, we at least successfully destroyed the claw. And so the way to make it work was kind of... Oh, jeez. I don't love where he's standing. It was kind of to hit him from the side. Get over here? At any point, if you want to move your movement into the half of the room that allows me to get back on the side of you that I need to be on in order to hurt you. I can see why you would not be that interested in assisting me with that endeavor. Oh! Ah! Okay, well, that's not gonna work. This is gonna take a long time. Yep. Yep. Bad. Oh, I went the wrong way. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I need him on screen. When are these things on the ground? Okay. Ah, that is also part of the problem. I can hit these things instead. Okay. I really don't like the little red dudes. No! I was pressing the A button. Okay. So here's the thing. This is going better. It's clobbering time. This is going better. And I don't have 0 health. Really, Plum? This is not... I think it's probably less frustrating than the boss that I had to throw bombs in his head on a specific frame. That was frustrating to play. This is not as bad, but it is not great. This guy is annoying me and I'm not even controlling it. So I'm gonna save state here because I did get his claw off without losing too much health. I have gotten a little bit smacked around, but I have 5 hearts left, and so I'm hoping I'll be able to figure out the patterning well enough to do this. Got another hit. Okay, where are you? Ugh. Sir, you need to only spawn babies when I can see you, please. I'm going for this way. It is very unfair that you think you can spawn babies where I cannot see you. I am in an even better position now than I was just in, and so I'm gonna get another save state because I got all my health back and I got some hits in. It gets a lot less frustrating when I understand the mechanics well enough to start save stating. Come on, sir. That's just unfair. Oh. And we're done. I got a heart. Okay. I had most of the info that I needed for that boss. The claw was a bit confusing. I did not love the stupid little babies. But that's also a very Gohma thing now that I think about it. Gohma spawned babies in Ocarina of Time. You're too old for this crap. That's great. Thank you for the GG's, Angel. That could have been so much worse, as far as I am concerned. So we're gonna get a quick save here, just to celebrate my success. I was expecting him to have a lot more health than that, honestly. I thought that that fight was maybe a quarter of the way done, and I thought it was going to be a lot more frustrating, and so either I got more hits in than I thought I did, or actually part of the reason that those little minion babies block your slingshot is because he actually does not have to take that many hits. I did not love the stupid little babies. Lady QEW 2024. And you can quote me on that. Yep. Sometimes I say things out loud. Cool, so not my favorite boss. But we did do that. If you have knowledge of a boss because of encounters in past Zelda games, would they be echoes of wisdom? Well done, Plum. I got the Soothing Rain, an essence of nature. Bathed in drops of soothing rain, shoots grow into saplings. It is tomorrow, it's Zelda Eve! Woo! Wild, huh? Wild. I'm excited. This one's seasons, right? I think this one is seasons, which means this is the tired tree, not the tree that tries to marry me. You want to love it so much. Well, I really hope you do. I don't care for you, your face, or your stupid little babies. You, your eye, or your stupid little babies. Yep. It's a bit in the vein of screw you and the horse you rode in on. I don't like you, I don't like your eye, I don't like your claw, and I don't like your stupid little babies. That's how I feel. Oh, Plum, that's the best thing that you could say. Oh, I got the bow in this dungeon, and the boss has a giant eyeball. I wonder what I am to do. How would one ever? See, this is why I always know that I'm supposed to, like, at least pay attention to whatever I've recently earned. Because sometimes when Zelda is doing well, that matters. And sometimes it moon logics, and I need other things that I never thought of anyway. Oh, Lady Q. I too grow in might under the soothing rain. I had another vision just now. I saw a lake shaped like eyeglasses. Literally intended to stop several times over coffee, ended up playing at least 20 minutes longer, and even got stuck and had to leave something and come back later. That's delightful. I'm really glad you're getting this experience to play through not knowing anything. Where am I? Okay, I'm here. Great. And so now I need a lake shaped like eyeglasses. I see nothing of the sort there. At all. I have no idea what I'm doing. Where do I go? What do I do? Okay, so there's stuff this way that I know nothing about. There's a bunch of stuff in the middle that I somehow have not explored. I can change the seasons, and then there's like these little corners. I guess what I'm gonna try to do is fill in the map a little bit. Is this the one where I've fully screwed up the fetch quest? I think this might be the one where I fully screwed up the fetch quest and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Right. Okay. Great. Oh, I'm glad that I exited in that direction. That is the piece of heart. I knew about that, but I'd forgotten. 'Cause who remembers anything? So I really don't see anything shaped like eyeglasses on my map currently. Ooh, pardon me. Talking in that tree's voice always makes me yawn. I think it's a good wish list item. And if you're not in a rush for it and you can wait, that's an especially good wish list item because you have a birthday coming up and also a Christmas coming up. And so there is potential. I like a little bit don't know how to get down from here, you know? Secret in the middle of those rocks, definitely, 100%. Ah, not the correct season for going up, which is fine. I do not want to deal with the crazy... Right, this whole area. I remember this whole area. Have I really genuinely gone as far this way as I can? I don't think I have. Right, except for the fact that yes, I have. Great. Okay. Oh, that does sound both exciting and busy, Poisoned Earth Frog. How do I get out of here? I don't know how to get down off this mountain because I can't just throw myself into the river. Chat, I do not remember how to navigate this map. Like, it's blocked on both sides. And so I can't get down from here. Do I have to go up and around? Oh, that's convenient. I might need that. I can't throw myself off there. Yes, I remember the crazy chicken. Oh! Well, that's how I get into... Right, that's how I get into... What? How do I navigate this map? Now that I have seed shooters, can I get to the other part of the Temple of Seasons? Is that a thing that I can do now? Oops. So this feels incorrect to me because I've done it already, and one imagines I would need to explore a new area of this map. I'm so lost. And I feel a little bad about it, because it's definitely gonna delay me. Was this the thing that got me to the temple? Ooh, that was close. Woo, that was also close. Yes. Okay, but that specifically gets me to the spring portion, which is not helpful right now, because I already have the ability. Okay, so what I have is a seed shooter. I really don't think that I'm supposed to be down here from that entrance. Okay. I can leave near the pirates, though. What was the thing I was supposed to do for them? I was supposed to do something for the pirates. It had to do with the ship. The ship is over here. Okay. Great. I am not confident that I know what I'm doing there either. I think I need some kind of hook. I wonder if that's part of the fetch quest. And I don't remember, like, I know that there's a thing, but I swear I've done it. I'm confused about the pirates. But anyway, I'm hoping... Yeah! Okay, so we got off the mountain. Step 1. So now let's fill in some other areas of the map, maybe, if we can find a way to do that. I wonder if this was a bad idea, and I'm gonna have to, like, figure out how to get back. Interesting. So I cannot access these squares from either this one or this one. So we'll have to check the rest of the surroundings. Yeah, not in the winter, but maybe in the not winter. Where is a stump? There's one there. I just want to see if I can figure out how to get to the little squares on the map that I haven't been to yet. Why is this so complicated? So that's the stump that is closest to several of these squares. How do I get there? Oh goodness. Is there a stump on the beach anywhere that I have found so far? No. Because to go this way, I need it to not be winter. How did I get to all of these guys? Okay. And to go this way, I also need it to not be winter. So this is the route to like kind of the first dungeon. I am aware of that. I can swim now. Oh my goodness. I'm terrified. I have immediately found a new place. I don't know what to do with it, but I found it. Zero Dawn was amazing in all aspects, and Forbidden West is destroying you. Oh dear. Is that destroying emotionally? Okay, in a way that you're okay with. That's good. I couldn't tell if it was an okay thing or if it was like an awful thing, but I really... Emotional damage. Yes. Okay. I understood. I feel like I'd be very bad at those games, but I enjoy watching them. Soil, time, sun, rain, warmth. I await one who knows many essences. Okay, I do not have enough essences to be here. That's unfortunate. Plum, thank you for redeeming Smarties Canadian edition. Let me find them. Hey look, chat, Canadian Smarties. Or, F Angry Angel's gonna redeem Toad.
Huh? Hey, look, chat! Canadian Smarties!
Thank you very much for that redemption. Emotional resistance armor. I enjoy the idea that that makes you laugh. It exists as a redemption. Well, mostly because I have a Toad. But like, I played all the Paper Mario games before I started playing Zelda. And it feels like I played Zelda forever. But I played all the Paper Mario games. And the only things that you need to know about my playing Paper Mario is that Peach is Scottish, because all princesses are Scottish, vaguely Gaelic. And I can actually do a pretty okay Toad voice, because Toad is in all of those games. You're totally fine, are you, Poison Darth Frog? Okay. So we found new spaces and places, chat. Isn't that fun? I don't know if I'm trying to go to the swamp or not. Oh dear. I accept this ring. I am confused, but I accept it. Like, even if this isn't where I'm supposed to be, this is at least somewhere new. Maybe we'll find a lake that is shaped like some eyeglasses. Oh, interesting. We were here with Moosh. Once upon a time! Yep. Sir, you have killed me. Please prepare to die. I forgot that the leaves could disguise holes. They're also enemies. So if I want to get into that cave, it has to be winter because I need to make that tree wither. Yep, there's another one. This is not going very well for me. It's fine. So there's secrets, but there's no way down from here. Okay. Then I'm not going to waste my time with those directions. I don't think I can get up here. Hello, Kelly! How are you tonight? You tried doing a grandma voice yesterday. You haven't looked at the footage. We'll soon see. I'm excited to know if you have an expanded voice resume. Fuzzy socks, blanket cape, it's fall! Buttons, I need to show you something because this is exciting. Okay, so this is exciting, but also it is not fall for me. I am so warm. So today I'm wearing what I would consider to be a very spring/summer dress. It's very pink, very like exciting and vibrant and lovely and stuff like that. And I'm wearing it because it's so hot outside right now that I like can't stand it. And I don't remember what was said earlier, but someone like mentioned something. Ah, that was it. Someone asked me what my, oh, this is going to be a story, chat. Someone asked me what I was going to wear to the office for Halloween, one of my coworkers. And I was like, it's September the 25th. That sounds like an October problem. And she was like, oh, I guess you just seemed like the type to like have a plan for that. I was like, really? I seem that like, do I vibe as a fall girly to you? And she just looked at my outfit and was like, well, no, you vibe as someone who's prepared for a costume party. And I was like, okay, I actually accept that, which is very funny. And so I was thinking about that today because it's still way too hot to function. I'm like in tank tops most of the time still. I'm always a little too warm at work. I'm always a little too warm on my commute. I'm always a little too warm outside. But I have something I'm very excited about because I have a new sweater, chat. And I really like my new sweater. And I would love to be able to wear my new sweater, which means I need it to actually be fall out. And it is September 25th and it feels like summer to me. Anyway, I'm going to show you my new sweater. One moment, please. This is important, and I'm sure you will understand why. Because my new sweater, chat. Third time's the charm. Well, good for you, Kelly. I vibe as a chaos woman who goes all out for every holiday, Miss Frizzle energy. That is the highest of compliments. Kelly, that's such a nice compliment. Anyway. I'm extremely excited about this sweater. It is Tears of the Kingdom themed. It is very soft. It is very warm. And it is one more piece of Zelda clothing that I have, which I love. I just got it. And I'm extremely excited. A Goomba sound? Do Goombas make sounds? Also, lollipop lights? What are those and what are they for? Hold on. I need to figure out what sound a Goomba makes. Because in many of the Paper Mario games, they just speak words. Goombella, Goombella, for example. For example, Angel, Goombella, your party member in the Thousand Year Door, sounds like a southern, like slightly valley girl kind of person because she's a little bit into Mario. And that's the voice that I have chosen for everyone who appears to fall in love with the character that I am playing in Nintendo games. And so that is an approximate Goomba voice. It's not real. What sound does a Goomba make? Come on, the internet. Don't fail me now. Lights for outside that look like lollipops for Halloween and Christmas. Oh, that is exciting. Oh, because you have a house. Oh, that means you could decorate your lawn. Okay, that's extremely exciting. I just have to talk like Goombella for the... Okay, so there's... He's got a voice in Mario Party. That's not what I want. Okay. You and me, bud, we're gonna practice. We're gonna see how much I can sound like a spring. Possibly next time. I'll let you know what sort of luck I have. So if... I don't really know. I'm not really trying to get to the stump anymore. I can't get to these guys from here. I need to get to them from here. I need to figure out what the heck's going on there. I'd like to see what's here. Excuse you. We're gonna do that again. Oops. Okay, good. Good. We got it. Pretty sure I'm gonna have to swim for this too. Kinda like, wait. Oh, that was an enemy. Ow. I need to go up one more. Ooh! There's a secret here, chat. Okay. I will plant a gaseous seed. I am not shocked that there is a secret there. Okay. So now if I get back to land, I can try exploring these. And then I can maybe try exploring this area if I still haven't located a lake shaped like glasses. So the sound that was being played there was the sound of the Goomba noticing you and then starting to run really fast. So like a whoop, 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 whoop. But like good. That was terrible. And I acknowledge that. And so it's like the noticing. Garlic Grove, thank you for redeeming Switch. Where are we and what are we doing? We don't know. We will be lost. And it's fine. Okay, I had a handle on what I was doing. I guess I'm going downwards? Wait. Am I going downwards or was I going upwards? I went up to get to the spinny point and now I'm coming back because that's where I haven't been yet. Oh. Fun. Okay. Oh. Aha! We have found Restoration Wall. Okay, that's actual progress. Because I need to climb that to get to the guy who can fix the thing. Okay. I don't know how to get to these 2 squares. But I got where I'm supposed to kind of be going. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. I see what type of wall this is. It is the type that will knock me the heck down if I am not careful. I only got hit by 1 rock, and I gotta be honest, that was shockingly better than expected, and therefore I will accept it. Ah, that's why I couldn't get to the square. Interesting. Okay, so if I can, I need to remember to go back on this square because I can't get there any other way, I think, in the other world map. What are these? Hi, are you the guy who can fix the thing?
I haven't had any visitors in some time. I am Patch, the restoration guru. Did you need me?
Yes, I did.
I see. You want me to repair that tuning nut. My restoration ceremony might fix it. Want to try?
Why does this sound like it's going to be a mini game?
You are willing to try? Very well. Follow me.
Okay, this really... It's a scam! Why is he making me do the work? Oh no. He's a nut doctor? He's something. Maybe he's a nutty doctor.
Welcome to Patch's Crazy Cart. Will you partake in my ceremony? Very well. Do you want to hear the rules? Then let me explain. I'll place your tuning nut on that green tile and recite the words of my restoration ceremony. You must knock all the beasts that appear into a hole. Any hole will do. Sounds easy, right? However, restoration is delicate work.
I see you, Angel.
Your precious tuning nut sits on these tracks. The cart starts moving when the ceremony begins. As long as you stand on the switch, the cart won't hit your tuning nut. But if you don't, and it gets hit, bang! So, will you take part in this fun, delicate ceremony?
Okay, so this is impossible, and this is going to be the most frustrating thing I've ever done. Because what he has told me is I have to knock enemies into the holes, but I also need to stand on that switch pretty much 100% of the time, because this is going to be time-based, and he's just going to take his darn tootin' meandering time. At least that's how I understand it. So I hope that that's correct. Oh, poison dart frog. I see. Is it bad that when you posted that, I immediately started thinking of the song Any Dream Will Do from Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, the musical? Probably. It's probably really bad. So we'll try it. Oh no. I hate all of this. Okay. You suckers. They don't back up. Like, I don't know if y'all saw that. They don't back up. This is the worst. We are never passing this part, chat. Because it amuses me to do so. why do they, like, why is their rebound so annoying? Like, I can't, okay. Do I have a spin attack in this game? I do. This is not going to help. Okay. I love the old 20 hours and I learned I have a thing. I have never had a need for a spin attack before. Also, it didn't really help me as much as I was expecting it to. I wanted to be able to like spin to knock them all away so I had a little more space to work. But as it turns out, if you are charging your spin attack and something walks into your sword, it takes a hit and cancels the spin charge. And so that is not very helpful. But it did mean I got an insta-hit on one of them, and so they didn't pinball me as effectively. Trying to remember how to use Ascend. Ugh, I forgot again. That's amazing.
My ceremony succeeded. You are talented. You got through this trap ceremony. Here is your tuning nut, as good as new, as usual. I am perfect. Here you go.
Great. I now have a whole red bell pepper.
Bring me anything else that needs fixing, and I'll prepare my ceremony.
Is there something else that I'm supposed to fix? That sounds like something for not my problem right this second, because that was far too frustrating. Okay, so several things. First thing, I'm gonna switch back into the other world. It is a scam. You were right, Buttons. You warned me. I'm gonna flip back into the other world just so that I can like clear out that part of the map, but then I might try figuring out if I can get to these places, because it a little annoys me that I don't know how to do that. Great. So this is nothing special, but it is a quadrant on the map that I had not previously been able to get to because you can only jump down. I don't know why completing the map is so important to me, but it is. It is important to me. I'm gonna save here just because. So I need to go down from here. Well, I cannot do that thing. So the navigation that I'm going to The navigation that I'm going to do. It is a good visual reminder that I have been somewhere. Which is kind of why, okay, so this is extremely weird. I don't know how to do this. Like, basically it's why I'm sitting here going, I have no idea where I'm being told to go next. I don't know. And so I'm just going to try to get to every square on the map that I haven't been to yet to see if that will teach me something or show me something. But I don't have a get back from there. I have only this whole big mess, which I've been through before. I don't think that direction is helping me. So the direction I'm going to choose to go is this one, where I'm gonna go down the wall. Ooh, that's fine. And see if that will allow me anything. So over 2, I cannot do. Whoa, that is not a thing that I wanted to do. Eek. Is there any way to get to those map squares? There's gotta be, right? So I can't, so this is a dead end. I can't climb up to the left side of that one because I don't have the vine. Which way does the harp switch take me? And the thing is, from that point, I can go south in the other time, but I can't go south in this time because it is blocked off. And so if I can access that, it has to come from over here. Because this one's also self-contained. That's very annoying. I don't know... Oh, I just walked into that. That's fine. Well, I'm gonna put the tuning net away because that's the next thing I'm supposed to do. I don't know how to get to those squares. Great. Now the volcano should calm down. I have to get that cave cleaned. Okay, so the volcano had a secret cave in it, but that's a secret. Where's the secret cave? Is the secret cave in this time zone? Or is it in the other time zone? I can't just walk into lava. Is it a secret tunnel through the volcano? Secret, 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 secret cave? Tell me about the secret cave. Okay, I'm glad you're happy. Tell me about the secret cave. How do I get into the secret volcano cave? Thank you, Angel. How do I get into the secret tunnel cave? The volcano should just cool its jets. Seriously, volcano, get over yourself. Okay, is it another time zone thing? Mexico! That's a very funny entrance. Thank you very much for redeeming seasonal candy. Non-seasonal candy. Smarties American Edition. Oh, I see. It's a cave here. Smarties Canadian Edition. Dehydrate. And hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice. Let's go. So as I've mentioned, the holiday that I am choosing to call my holiday for this month is in Canada. We have the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. One of the ways you can celebrate that is to wear orange. So I have an orange candy for my seasonal. Whereas my non-seasonal candy, figured I'd take a break and have a Kit Kat Pop. But unfortunately, they all sort of fused together. So I'm gonna break a couple off. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat Pop that you accidentally melted. We got ourselves some American Smarties. Just because you're not a mountain doesn't mean you get to just blow raspberries all over everywhere. It's true. American Smarties. We got ourselves, ooh, fun flavor. Kit Kat plus American Smarties. We got ourselves some Canadian Smarties to make the flavor even weirder. Let's go. I'm having a great time zone, Mexico. How is your time zone? I'm not having a great Tetris, though. This drawer is being very difficult. Whew! Seasonal candy, non-seasonal candy. Smarties American, Smarties Canadian. Dehydrate. I still have some in my little bag of Miss Vicky's left. Oh my gosh, chat. I was in the States. I can't believe this didn't come up. I was in the States last weekend. I wonder if this is genuinely true or if this is only true because I was in a more southern state. But I was in a grocery store in Arizona on Saturday. And they had Miss Vicky's chips. And boy, did they not look like this. And so I know we've talked about before how like Doritos are kind of in different colored bags. And so the one that I know of as Sweet Chili Heat is in a black bag. And we have a purple bag for Bold Barbecue. I've been told that in the States, the purple bag is usually Sweet Chili Heat. And so there was like some branding confusion. This is what Miss Vicky's looks like in Canada. I'm genuinely shocked that like it hasn't yet come up that this is not what Miss Vicky's looks like sold internationally. This is only what Miss Vicky's looks like in Canada. Like, when I say it looks different, I don't mean, oh, the font was a bit different. It was. I mean, it was like a solid color bag. It looked hokey. This looks like old-fashioned or classic. The branding is trying to make you think, oh, it's the old way we made potato chips. The new bag looked like the bag that I saw in Arizona looked like Doritos to me, but it said Miss Vicky's on the top. And I was like, what? What? What even is that? Fused together chocolate is the best kind of Gollum. All right, did I mention I was in Arizona last weekend? So chat, I have family that lives in the States. This has been discussed before. This is how you remember it. I wonder if it's because it was like a southern state. Because you're a little more north, right, Buttons? I don't understand what I saw. I wish I'd taken a picture. So I have some family. My aunt lives in the States, but also my great aunt lives in the States. And that's particularly important, chat, because my great aunt just turned 100 years old. I wish I'd taken a picture. It's the only time I've ever seen it. And I was like, this is so weird. And thank you as well for Demon Kyder for 69 channel points. Yeah, she's amazing. And so obviously for someone's 100th birthday, you sometimes do crazy things. And so the crazy thing that I did for my great aunt's 100th birthday is I round tripped Arizona in a weekend. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. on Saturday to drive to the airport, get a plane, fly to Arizona, to have a party for her, have dinner with her, and then crash to get up at 3:30 a.m. to grab a plane back. She only turns 100 once. I didn't even have time to get jet lagged. Road trip, no. Round trip, yes. Road trip to Arizona in a weekend, impossible. Not enough hours. That's interesting. American regions are tricky for me. So that's very interesting that you have normal Miss Vickies and Arizona has the weirdest Miss Vickies I've ever seen. The branding is ridiculous. Most of Arizona, nope. Fair enough. The retirement community that my great aunt lives in was quite pretty. It was very friendly. Lots and lots of people there to say hello. Also, it was too hot. I understand that it's a desert. I get that. I was in the middle of a desert. I understand that. And I have in fact been to Arizona before because my great aunt has lived there for the entire time almost that I have been alive. She has lived there for 2 years fewer than my lifespan. And so when I was under the age of 2, I didn't really care where she lived. So I've been to Arizona, not that often because obviously it's quite a trek, but I've been there before and I loved it. I was like, deserts are great, man. If you can't see this, my hair has a tendency towards dry frizz. And do you know what doesn't exist in desert heat? Humidity in the air. And so my hair frizzes so much less. And I cared about that when I was a teenager. Anyway, normally it's lovely. And this time we went there. And like I said, I landed at like lunchtime in Arizona and I had until dinner time to spend with my aunt. So I immediately jumped into a car, got to where she was, and got out of the car in order to go in, and that was the first time I had stepped really properly outside in the afternoon heat of the day. And I just went, no, nope, no. It is too hot. It is dry heat, and so it was fine. Like, it felt better than the heat that I feel now when I go outside, because now it's like sweaty heat and it's the worst, but like too hot. Absolutely too hot. It was really beautiful though. The sunset, gorgeous. The sun rising and setting behind like the mountains on the horizon. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And I got, in fact, to see the sunrise from the plane window as we were taking off to go back to Canada. It was great. Humid heat is the worst. We found Skull Dungeon, finally. This is important because we're like a whole dungeon behind in this game. So I really need to get on this. Okay, only one direction. Only one direction, and it has lava. Spectacular. Love it. I really hope I get some form of like lava protection. Oh no. I have seen that type of enemy before and it did not go well for me the last time I saw it, so it's fine. You've seen a bag of little pebbly things. The picture on the front shows rabbits eating the pebbles out of the wild. Why are they selling rabbit food in the cereal section? Took a closer look and realized it is in fact cereal. Picture choice does in fact matter, and that is super weird, Poison Darth Frog. I don't love that. You don't remember this theme, but you like it? It's kind of a bop. Do I have the boomerang? I do not have the boomerang in this game. Great. My goodness. I, like, remember this from maybe Link's Awakening DX. There's a dungeon that, like, in form, I have nightmares about that this is, like, hitting me on. That looks like some good soup. There's a pediatrician near you with a bunny sign, and that's not a vet. Are they sure? Buttons, have they double checked to make sure that they're not a vet? Okay. I'm pretty certain. Oh dear. Pretty certain that if you have a bunny on your sign, you're actually a vet. I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going, but it's kind of working right now. We're gonna keep going to try to get an understanding of what on earth is going on here. I'm just gonna have to, like... Oh dear. Was that correct? Did I want to do that? Feels a bit like I wanted to do that. Map? Fine. Guess I'll take the compass, but I would much rather have the map. It's the map, 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 it's the map. They also had a bag with a picture of someone walking their dog. Off-brand Raisin Bran. That's so much worse. That's like deliberate. It was a Dora reference. I can't help it that I think of the map song every time I hear the word map. So Poison Dart Frog, that almost sounds like deliberately disgusting branding. I guess I'll save because I can still back up from here. Oh dear. Oh, extra dear. Okay, so I need to get it in there and light the torches, which means I need to jump over the lava and figure out how we doing this. 2 scoops of whoops, those aren't raisins. So if it was blue, going that way. Oh boy. Blue. Got it in 1. It didn't even muck it up that time. You've made 2 Dora backpacks complete with felt mat with Velcro pieces. That's amazing, Buttons. You're so talented, and I genuinely mean that. I mean, this is going really smoothly so far as a dungeon. I haven't tried screaming at anything yet.
Akinahime9 just subscribed. Plumberry gifted a tier 1 sub to Akinahime9. They have
Plum,
given
you
135 gift subs in the channel.
Or alternatively, you son of a... Plum, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Akina. Akina, I'm sorry. I will grieve with you, but feel free to enjoy your Lady Q emotes for the next month, since you have them anyway. You're a sweetheart, Plum. Thanks so much. Don't leave. I'm thanking you. I don't know if I want to... I couldn't go in any other direction. That whole loop was a closed loop. I didn't have the ability to cross the lava. So the room immediately The room immediately to the right of where I am right now shows having an exit to the north, but that was just lava from my access point, and there was like a bridge across it. So if there's an exit to the north, I haven't seen it. I haven't like made eye contact with it. Thanks for coming back, Plum. And meanwhile, the room immediately to my north has exits on both the left and the right, but those were on upper platforms, like those were on a different level than I was, and I didn't have stairs or an access point to them. So I don't believe I can access any of those exits right now, which means the only other place to explore is to go back to the original room and then go right. Because that feels like it was a closed loop. Oh, and you're back. See? Because, like, I can't just go up from there. Oh, dear. Everything is completely fine, and I am going to run away. Okay. Oh, no. There's another one. Well, I do have a key. Oh, boy. Oops. Well. I fell in the lava. I just need these guys to be in positions that are less in my way. Okay. Your boozles have been bammed. Again. Poor Akina. Such a series of bams and boozles. Interesting. That was not the way. Ow. Oh, those are just keys that are on fire? Well, that's way less scary. Interesting. Whoop. Wrong button. Nearly walked into the lava again. Nope. Huh. I wonder which of these things I can move. Ugh. Now I'm getting clumsy. But your gans were not shenanied, so it's all fine. That sounds like a real Gaelic word. Like, shenanied is not a word, but boy does it sound like it's related to shillelagh. You know what I mean? I wonder if they hold the keys to unlock many doors in this dungeon. Yet. Okay. So I can't move those ones. I can move that one. That does seem... There we go. I solved your puzzle. Your gans may still yet be shenanied. And I don't have the boomerang. Great. Fabulous. Whoop. And I don't have the boomerang. So I just have to deal with this ridiculous DVD bouncing thing. Okay, once again, can't go north. So while this dungeon is more difficult to navigate from a perspective of the enemies and obstacles, this has been a much simpler dungeon to navigate thus far, based on directionality. There is no puzzle about where I should go next. What does that do? That just switched. Oh, okay, well... I will take this. I got the map! I got the map! Well, that's the best news I've heard all stream. So I have to go back and probably do it differently to get to the other side of the room. Oh, of course, it's a skull and a lower jaw. Of course it is. Great job, Skull Dungeon. Way to be on hecking brand. I'm very proud of that dungeon. It's only 8:54. Maybe I can try fighting them. I'm trying to figure out how to set myself up for success from the perspective of recognizing that I'm about to take a week off this game. Oh. Fascinating. I don't know what to do in this room. Is it something that I can do now? Or is it something... I have a seed shooter. Seed shooter goes on angles. This is a terrible idea. Honestly, way better than that could have been. That could have taken years. And now I can just stop here. There's so many rooms that I have to go into more than once. It's so weird. Oh. How do I get into the other side of that room? Oh, I guess it doesn't have another side because I have to use the seed shooter for it. This is gonna suck to navigate when I actually have the ability to like go wherever I want. Have your aneries been cheeked? Sheeked. I don't know about Strux being odd. These are my absolute favorite little word plays. I did just save. All for the purpose of just keeping going, chat. Okay, I understand the assignment, I think. I have not been shocked by anything in this dungeon yet. Except, actually, I have been shocked by something in this dungeon, and what I've been shocked by is the fact that I found both the compass and the map. Get over yourself, bats. Come closer to me. Or don't. Just want to see what this does and how far it comes out. Because I bet it moves a block out of the way. Wow. I see. So that's how I get back, not how I go forward. Okay. Could have been... Nope. Could have been scary, was not actually scary. Yep, so we've explored the lower part of his face and we're working our way up one side towards an eye. That's where we be. That's what be up. So I am going to have to continue the Skull Dungeon next week, which I'm actually very excited about because, as I said, in this game I am a little behind the other games. So in the other game we just finished level 4 and we are hunting around trying to figure out where to go next. And in this game we just found level 4, and so I am like the duration of one dungeon behind, which is not a lot. one side of a skull at a time. That's the only reasonable way to explore a skull. Obviously, even Paper Mario understands those rules. Clearly. However, I am going to be done for the night, so I literally don't remember what I was doing in the other game anymore. I might have it confused with this game, but in this game I'm in a dungeon, and so we're going to cross our fingers, and hopefully I can figure out what is what next week. But even if I can't, it will still be funny. So I am anticipating still continuing with my regular stream schedule, which means Wednesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Done, Jen? Yes. Absolutely. And so if you are interested in seeing more, same time, same place next week, and I will look forward to hanging out with y'all again. You don't care for this dungeon or its eye or its stupid babies. Listen, me either. I don't even know what its babies are yet, but I don't care for them. That's extremely funny. Where are we at? I have done all of these redemptions. That's good. Great. So we are going to go on a little bit of a raid, and I know you will be shocked to hear this, but the wonderful The Dragon Feeny is streaming right now. She is currently playing, according to her tag, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is super on brand. So we're going to go have some more Zelda fun on this Zelda Eve. I imagine this is a warm-up for her playing Echoes of Wisdom tomorrow, possibly. We shall see, we shall see. Feel free to grab the raid message if you would like. You may delete the emotes or not as you choose, but that be where we're going. So we're going to go hang out with Fiend for a little bit, who is a wonderful human being and a very lovely streamer and a much better gamer than I am. And so I look forward to seeing her absolutely bust Ocarina of Time in a way that I cannot. And hopefully I'll get to see some of y'all next week. I had a wonderful time tonight. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank you for being here, and you are welcome for the stream. And until I see you next, all of you lovely, wonderful people, have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Don't just round trip to Arizona this weekend unless there's a really good reason for it. But have a wonderful weekend anyway. And I will see you next time. And until then, keep it cute. Bye.